Welcome. Today we are going to do leadership and we are revising 2021 Leadership, Management and Governance in Nursing November Competence Exam. Very interesting questions. We are going to start with number 1. So question 1 is always compulsory. I think this was one of the easiest papers. So it says, in the word, leadership is considered to be one of the most dynamic elements in the attainment of its predetermined objectives. That stem of a question should even give you a definition of leadership. So they are telling us that leadership is considered to be one of the most dynamic elements in the attainment of its predetermined objectives. For a ward, a hospital, anything, even a country, for it to attain its predetermined objectives, there must be good leadership. Leadership, as we all know, involves guiding, motivating, and influencing others to work towards a shared objective. In nursing context, leadership ensures the smooth functioning of the ward, promotes teamwork, maintains discipline, and enhances the quality of patient care. A good nurse leader applies appropriate leadership qualities, styles, and management principles to attain these predetermined goals effectively. Question 1 says, define leadership. The simplest definition is leadership is the process of influencing and guiding others to achieve a common goal. That is it. Now, this is a 5% question, so you need to give a 5% answer. And here it is. Leadership is the process of influencing and guiding others to achieve a common goal. In nursing, this is the ability of a nurse to direct, coordinate, motivate, and influence other staff members in providing effective patient care and achieving the ward's objectives. So we know that leadership is just the art of influencing and guiding others in order to achieve a common goal. So you need to give at least an example. We are talking about nursing in this case. So when they say define leadership, you are going to define leadership and give an example. In nursing, it's like an in charge being able to guide and influence others in order to provide quality nursing care and health care to the patients who are in that ward. Then the second question says, state 5 qualities of a good leader. Qualities of a good leader, there are a lot. Anything that you can think of can be a quality of a good leader, for as long as we explain it nicely. Let's think. I'm thinking about number 1. A good leader must have good communication skills. A good leader communicates clearly, listens actively, and ensures mutual understanding among staff members. So when you're a leader, know that good communication skills are a quality that you should have. You must be able to communicate nicely. You must be able to communicate clearly and also ensure mutual understanding among your staff members. Number 2, you need to have integrity and honesty. So uphold ethical standards, be truthful, and be a role model to promote trust and respect among the team. You cannot be a nurse who... You cannot be a nurse leader who cannot lead by example, who doesn't have integrity. Remember, the definition of integrity is what you do when no one is watching you. Is what really matters in your life as a leader most of the times. Yeah, so we need someone who is a role model, someone who is able to lead us with integrity and honesty. Number 3, confidence. Demonstrating self-assurance in decision-making and actions, which builds confidence among subordinates. So you need to be sure as a leader. That is confidence. You know, confidence. When I walk into the room, even if my heart is beating, I must show that I'm capable of doing things. So as a leader, you must have confidence. This is a quality that a leader must possess. Then we have empathy, understanding and being sensitive to the feeling and needs of others. You need to be empathetic as a leader. You need to be able to understand others. Number 5, which is fairness and consistency. You must treat all staff equally and make sure you make decisions on merit rather than favoritism as a leader. You must be intelligent. That is quality number 6. Be intelligent. A leader is someone who is intelligent. And we are not just talking about amano ya kusukuru. Amano ya chifyarirwa. Ufire nawo kwata amano we muntu. That is emotional intelligence. You see, you need to be someone who doesn't react fast to stress, someone who doesn't react fast to instances. You must be able, as a leader, you must be able to analyze watambata wa wamunefire chitika. Then you'll be able to do well as a leader. So we are saying good communication skills, integrity and honesty, confidence, empathy, fairness and consistency, intelligence. What other there? The next question says, discuss 4 leadership styles. Now we have a lot of leadership styles. Number 1 is the autocratic, also known as the authoritarian leadership. The leader makes decisions independently and expects subordinates to follow instructions. It is suitable in emergencies or when quick decisions are needed. So that is one of the leadership styles, number 1. So this is just discuss 4 leadership styles, 20%. You don't have to go into details because one will just be carrying about, if they want 4, then one will be carrying 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. So you need to just write one and explain. So number 1, you are going to explain autocratic, which is also dictatorial. You talk about it. You talk about this is the do as I say. Yeah, such kind of theories. Discuss 4 types of styles. So discuss 4 types of styles. Big question. I'm going to start. Number 1, autocratic or dictatorial leadership. You have to explain this is a type of leadership which is also referred to as the authoritarian or dominative leadership. Here, the leader makes decisions and is in control. He doesn't consult others, he just makes decisions on his own. And we are learning that under this type of leadership, a leader expects subordinates to follow instructions. You even say this one is suitable in emergencies or when quick decisions are needed. Number 2, we have democratic or participative leadership. The leader involves team members in decision making, encouraging collaboration and creativity, and it enhances job certification and morale. This is what we call democratic, also known as the participative leadership. Abantu bonse barepushanya. If you've checked my other video, you understand this. Then number 3, laissez-faire, also known as the free reign leadership. The leader provides minimal supervision and allows staff to make decisions independently, effective only with competent and self-motivated teams. Most of us nurses were lazy. We need to be pushed. So laissez-faire, also known as free reign, cannot work. Then we also have transformational leadership. The leader inspires and motivates followers through a shared vision, promoting innovation and also commitment to organization. Remember when we started, I said I'm a transformational leader. So those are styles of leadership. Yeah, we have dictatorial, we have laissez-faire, we have democratic leadership, and then we also have transformational leadership, which is also a style where you inspire others. Then we have another question. They just pushed in this question. Imagine, see, I'll try and 5 storage guidelines of medical supplies. We are talking about leadership. Anyways, storage guidelines, you have to make them, you have to know about them as a leader, because you will definitely be leading a ward which will be storing drugs and medical supplies. But I wonder why they just fix in questions like this. When your mind is already into the topic of leadership, then they go and talk about medical supplies. So number one is proper labeling and management. This is a guideline. So supplies should be clearly labeled and organized according to categories or expiry dates for easy identification. So we are going to say the medical supplies should be properly labeled and arranged in a good order, which makes it easy for identification. The second storage guideline is FIFO, first in, first out. Older stock should be used before newer stock to prevent expiry and wastage. So the thing that came in first should go out. That's what we are calling first in, first out. We also have FIFO, first expiry, first out. Those medications which are expiring first should go out. That is a storage guideline. Clean, dry, and well-ventilated storage. The environment should be free from dust, pests, and direct sunlight to maintain the quality of supplies. They must be temperature control. Sensitive items such as vaccines and drugs should be stored under recommended temperature condition. Cold chain management must be followed. Number 5, regular inventory checks. That is a storage guideline. Periodic stock taking and record maintenance. Remember, every time when you are knocking off, you could write the emergency drugs, writing to my numbers, those 00, 002, 007. Those were storage guidelines of medical supplies. So we are saying number 1, proper labeling and arrangement, first in, first out, first expiry, first out. We are saying the storage must be clean, dry, and well ventilated. There must be proper temperature control, and we must have regular inventory checks. Then they are saying explain the 5 management principles that a good reader can use in effective management of a ward. So remember, management principles that you can use in leadership. When they say management principles, we know that we explain according to Henry Fayol. Of course, you can use other principles that you know, but for me, what I know is that we use the principles of management by Henry Fayol. So when they say 5, we have a lot of principles by Henry Fayol, but they just want 5. Number 1 is division of work. So as a good leader, you are going to divide work. So you are going to explain this principle as tasks should be divided among staff according to their skills and qualifications to improve efficiency and productive. Those nurses who are good with wound cleaning, they must clean wounds. Those nurses who are very active and fast when it comes to taking vital signs, let them take vital signs. That nurse who is able to supervise others, let that nurse supervise others. Divide the work. That is what we are calling division of work. Then we have number 2, authority and responsibility. As a good reader, you are going to push in this principle. As a good reader, you must have the authority to give orders and the responsibility to ensure that assigned tasks are completed. So you are going to say, as a good reader, a nurse in charge must assume authority so that he can be able to give orders. He must feel this responsibility in him to ensure that assigned tasks are completed. Number 3 is discipline. Leaders must ensure adherence to rules, ethical conduct, and organizational policies to maintain order and respect. So they must be disciplined. Then number 4, unit of command. Each subordinate should receive instructions from only one superior to avoid confusion and conflict. So there must be unit of command. Command must be coming from one superior to avoid confusions. Imagine a ward where you have 10 leaders. It can't make sense. So unit of direction. Activities with similar objectives should be directed by one manager using one plan to ensure coordinated efforts. So there must be a unit of direction. My favorite, esprit de corps, team management. We must be able to promote teamwork, harmony, and mutual respect among staff, enhances cooperation and morale, leading to the results. Then you are done with that question one, the compulsory question, just like that. A spirit de corps, unity of direction, unity of command, discipline, authority and responsibility, and division of work, or any other easy principle of management you find easy to remember by Henry Fayol. Yeah. So now let's look at question 2. So question 2 is saying you are the nursing officer at your hospital. The in charge for surgical ward reports to you that she is not in talking terms with the in charge for maternity ward. You decide to resolve the problem between the two in charges by coming up with a decision that will resolve the conflict. Question number 1. State 5 common causes of conflict. Apapenenga bakupsha fat state 5 common of conflicts wambo kutontonkanya. Just remember when you had an argument with your friend, what happened? So me, when I look at conflict, I even start thinking, oh, conflict is an inevitable part of any organization where people work together with different opinions, personalities, and goals. We are people with different opinions, personalities, and goals. So you don't expect us to get along very well. No, at times we have differences. In our profession, nursing, conflicts may occur between staff members, departments, or even between us, nurses. Sometimes even between nurses and patients. If not well managed, conflict can affect teamwork, productivity, and the quality of patient care. As a nursing officer, you who is a nursing officer in this question, it is vital to identify the causes of conflict, even apply effective resolution methods, make decisions, and operate within the framework of the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Zambia. That is what is important. So, common causes of conflict, I'll give you 5. You should be able to find 5 as well. Comment other common causes of conflicts that you know. So number 1, poor communication. Misunderstanding, unclear instructions, or lack of feedback can lead to tension and disagreement among staffs. So sometimes there was just this poor communication. Maybe people were writing through messages, and you know how messages can bring conflicts. So they just need a good communication. So misunderstandings, unclear instructions, or lack of feedback can lead to tension and disagreement among staff. So poor communication is one of the causes of conflict. Number 2, raw ambiguity. I don't know how you, but I'm sure it is making sense. Ambiguity, you try to find us, we are not zongos. So unclear job descriptions, or you can even just say unclear job descriptions or overlapping responsibilities can cause confusion and disputes about who should perform certain duties. Maybe you are just as an in charge, you just said, I need 5 nurses to come so that they can attend this workshop. And the in charges, these 2, they didn't, instead of them sharing just the numbers equally, one gets the five nurses from his ward and forgets about the other nurses in the other one, and that starts confusion. Unclear job description, overlapping responsibilities. People don't understand their responsibilities. Personality differences. So we have different attitudes, values, and temperament among staff. This can bring about interpersonal conflicts. What do we mean? So personality differences, you know, they are just some of the people that have got a good attitude towards work. Iwe punch to the so uracherera 6 hours now, fika shift is starting at 7 hours. You kombola your friends on time, but them, they don't kombola you on time. That becomes a problem. Number 4, unequal workload distribution. When some staff feel overworked or perceive favoritism in task allocation, resentment and conflict may arise. So an equal workload distribution. Others have got a lot of work to do. Others don't have things to do. You know, they have given you 20 patients alone and 2 others only have 10 patients. You will complain. Yeah, so scarcity of resources. When we have few resources, people will begin fighting for those resources. Remember, let's say you have 1 thermometer in a ward. You also need to check your temperature. temperature of your patients, the otherness also. But sometime you might now start fighting for that one thing. So limited resources can be a cause of conflict. So what are the 5 common causes of conflict? Poor communication, raw ambiguity, personality differences, unequal workload distribution, and scarcity of resources. Yeah. The question B says, explain 5 conflict resolution method you would use. A lot of conflict resolution that we know. Number 1, we have negotiation. Both parties meet to discuss their differences and reach a mutually acceptable solution through open dialogue. Mediation. A neutral third party, such as the nursing officer or matron, facilitates a discussion and helps both parties reach an agreement. So when you're answering these 2 questions, remember this theme, you are the nursing officer. So when you're explaining the conflict resolution methods you would use, you are the one who is going to, so negotiation. So you're going to encourage these 2 in charges to meet and discuss their differences so that they can reach a mutually acceptable solution through an open dialogue. They just discuss. Then mediation, you as a nursing officer, you come in as a neutral third party. Then you facilitate the discussion and help these both parties to reach an agreement that they must resolve this problem that they have. Then there's also compromise. So each party gives up part of their demands to find a middle ground that satisfies both sides. That is compromise. You know, there are some times whereby I'll just let it go. You just say that like that. You compromise. Let's just compromise. So as a nursing officer, you encourage either of the leaders to just compromise so that they can have a common ground like that. Then collaboration, which is problem solving. So both parties work together to identify the root cause of the problem and develop a solution that benefits everyone. Then avoidance, which is temporary withholding. In some cases, conflict can be postponed until emotions cool down. Sometimes after sometimes so you just avoid the conflict which is there. Then with time you even find yourself you are working together, everything is settled. Yeah. Then C, describe the decision making process. So what is the process of deciding or making a decision? So there are about 6 stages and these were about 40 marks. So you have to make sure that you explain. Number 1 is identifying the problem. So recognize and clearly define the issue. In this case, the disagreement between the 2 ward in charges. So you have to find out now what happened, what led the in charge for maternity ward to have a problem with the other in charge. Why are they not in good talking terms with the in charge from the surgical ward? You start now identifying the problem. Then you begin number 2, gathering information. So you collect facts from both parties and other relevant stuff to understand the cause and extent of the conflict. So you begin understanding, okay, what happened? How have these people been working? What are their responsibilities? You find out about these people. Then selecting, then you start developing alternatives. Brainstorm possible solutions such as mediation, staff rotation, or team building activities. Then 4th, selecting the best alternative. Choose the most practical and fair solution that promotes teamwork and maintains harmony. Then number 5, implementing the decision. Put the chosen solution into action, ensuring both parties are informed and involved. Number 6, evaluating the outcome. Assess whether the conflict has been resolved and monitor the relationship between the 2 in charges to ensure lasting peace. So leadership is just like this. It needs you to be putting in into my examples, mentioning yourself as an in charge, just explaining those 2 things inside as you are writing. So decision making process, number 1, identify the problem. Number 2, gather information. Number 3, developing alternatives. Number 4, selecting the best alternative. Number 5, implementing the decision. Then the last one is you evaluate the outcome. What has happened? The last one is describe any 5 functions of nursing and midwifery council of Zambia. If you can fill this question, I can slap you. This one, I can slap you. NMCZ is even on their Facebook. One of the students, I was asking them that, can you give me an example to post on Facebook? I was like, are you okay? Can't you just say maybe to share information about the nursing process? So okay, all those are not functions of NMCZ. So when you are describing functions of nursing and midwifery council of Zambia, kwamba fukutontonganya wanu mulalemba ma exams imwe, that is education. So you say regulation of nursing and midwifery education and practice. The council ensures that all training institutions and nursing programs meet required standards for quality nursing education. Number 2, registration and licensing of practitioners. Ngamapusha maskuru, imwe register registration, you need to go through NMCZ and do this registration so that you can be given a practicing certificate to a license. So we are saying NMCZ registered qualified nurses and midwives and issues practicing licenses to ensure only competent professionals serve the public. Number 3, setting and enforcing standards. The council develops and enforces codes of ethics, conduct, and professional standards to guide nursing and midwifery. So it also sets and enforces nursing standards. So disciplinary function, NMCZ also has investigators. So they investigate cases of professional misconduct, negligence, or malpractice and take appropriate disciplinary action. Number 5, advisory and policy role. So the council advises the government and other stakeholders on matters relating to nursing and midwifery practice, education, and workforce development. So one of the roles of NMCZ is to advise and also even coming up with policies.